Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. So it is still November for me, but I want to film and schedule my videos ahead of time, and it's still kind of like, Thanksgiving's coming up soon and Christmas will be soon after that. So I thought I would go ahead and film some Christmas themed videos. So today, I'm going to be ranking Christmas traditions as a part of a tier list. So I'm going to rank them according to the ones that I like, the ones that I disagree with, the ones that I don't like. I don't know what this list is. I haven't even looked at it yet. So obviously this is the ranking system. We have S tier, which is like ultra best tradition ever. We've got A, B, C, and D. So you guys can gather how that works. So let's gingerbread houses. Um, okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna put gingerbread houses, I think, which is average. B would be average, I think. So for me, I'm putting them in B simply because I don't like to eat them. But we've made gingerbread houses before, and the art and act of creating them can be a wonderful like tradition. It can be a wonderful fun family moment together, especially with kids. I imagine like anybody who had kids, that would just be amazing and fun. I've made candy themed ones that you can actually eat. I've made gingerbread houses that were like paper. We love doing arts and crafts for Christmas. My sister and I love doing arts and crafts for Christmas. So to me, the art and act of creating it is the fun part. Although I don't like the taste and we never do eat them. So they kind of do go to waste at that point. But yeah, I really like doing that. So that's kind of like an average one for me. The art is good. I just don't like eating. All right. The Salvation Army ringing the bells outside the store. So I'm going to put this below gingerbread housing because it's a good cause, but we all know that sometimes it kind of is annoying, the bell ringing, but it's obviously for a really good cause, so you can't really hate it. It's a wonderful thing. Caroling. I love caroling. I don't like going to places and doing it randomly, but playing and singing Christmas carols. I come from a huge musical family, so it's always been very important to me and to my family. We love even just the act of like playing the songs together or singing them together, or we don't do it every year, but it's really important for me. And even if we don't, one year or another, I'll be listening to Christmas carols. And I was a choir kid, so for me, it's like singing Christmas carols is the thing. Like every year when choir, we would start right around October preparing for the Christmas concert that we would put on. Same with band. So Christmas caroling is definitely one of my favorite things about Christmas. So I'm actually going to put it in S tier. Stockings. um, we make a big deal out of stuffing our stockings and getting like we have this little thing where we're like we need to save it for actual Christmas, but like December 24th we have our Christmas Eve thing, and it never fails. We always open up some of our stockings and sometimes the entire stocking. We make a big deal out of getting stocking stuffers as well. This next one, I don't know. That seems like a nutcracker, so I'm just gonna put it in D because I don't know what it is, and if it is just a nutcracker, I don't really eat nuts. Elf on the Shelf. I'm gonna put it in C tier. I've never done it. I don't have kids, and I don't necessarily like the idea of lying to kids about things that exist or don't exist, like making them believe something is real. Because I don't know. I just don't like the idea too much because it's like, well, then your kids, they have a reason to mistrust you. I guess maybe I'm overthinking it, but it's like if they I don't know, because for me, like, I have a huge imagination. So for me as a child, like, I would have loved, like, a concept like that. It's like, oh my gosh, your toy, the toys are alive and they change up things and stuff. I've seen some that can get pretty crazy, though. And for me, it's just the idea that you're lying to, like, I always had a very honest relationship, like, with my mom, especially. So, like, for me, it's like, as a Christian, too, it's like, well, if you lied to them about all of these different fake fairy tales that don't exist, then they could grow up thinking that you're lying to them about God when God is very much real. I don't know. It's just a thing. Like, I believe in like the trust between a parent and a child. And so even though I do like and believe fully in children just living and playing and letting their imagination soar, I feel like there is an aspect to it on the other hand where it could be lying. And right now it's irrelevant anyway because I don't have kids. So that's just kind of a C tier thing for me. Ugly Christmas. Oh, wow. I can't talk. Ugly Christmas sweaters. I don't actually have an ugly Christmas. I keep pronouncing that wrong. I don't have any ugly Christmas sweaters, but I like the idea. I think it's funny and it's definitely like a thing. So it's a B tier kind of average for me. Christmas lights. Oh, Christmas lights in front of your house. I would love this and do this a lot more often. If we had the money for it, we just never have the money to go all out. But we love, like, it's a huge tradition. I would say more than caroling and stocking stuffers, though, to every single year, for every year of my life, I have gone out and looked at the Christmas lights. We had that tradition with my grandparents where my grandpa would drive us around with my grandma, and we would just, I remember one year they had a big van, so we were just all together with my cousin and all of us, and we were playing, I think it was Elvis at the time, so we were playing Elvis music and stuff. And ever since then, like, my grandma's passed away, but we went out one year, one of these years, the recent years, with my grandpa again. We listen now, my husband, my mom, and my sister, we all go do it together as a family. And we also do it while listening to Christmas carols. Recently, like the Chosen Christmas special they had a couple years ago. My sister has a bunch of Christmas carols that are classics on her iPad, and we just jam out and we just go to like the biggest and the best, like, and near our area. We've been to like the Jeff City stuff. We've been to the Lori, the Catholic church there is like a huge thing every year. It's a huge tradition. It's one of the biggest traditions that has been consistent my whole life. Presents, opening presents. I'd say this is another obvious big tradition for us. We always get together with my family and even distant family. Like, it's not just immediate, like, we always get together, exchange gifts. It's always a fun thing. So I don't know what this is. Yeah, I'm going to put that in the D tier because I don't know what it is. So for me, it's like the C tier is the worst one. D tier so far is like, I don't know what that's supposed to be. What is that? Drinking? Is that a work party or drinking? I'm just going to put that at the shelf, elf on the shelf. Christmas cookies. I don't like sugar cookies, so the picture they have on there is not good, but you can make chocolate chip cookies for Christmas. Oh, so good. Christmas cookies is great. Is that ice skating? Around a big tree? Maybe I'm like, oh, that's some fancy tree in New York somewhere and I'm just missing it. I like it. Milk. Or is those candles? I'm going to put that after ugly Christmas sweater because I can't tell if that's milk or candles. Either way, I think candles make it really cozy. We love turning off all the lights and just letting the Christmas lights that we have inside the house go. I don't drink milk personally, but the idea of cookies and milk is like a huge thing around Christmas. So hot cocoa, I'm jumping ahead, but hot cocoa, hot cocoa in this season is just the best ever. Obviously, for me, Jesus is the reason for the season. So, nativity scenes, Christmas plays, remembering Jesus's birth, that is the point of Christmas. Christmas would be nothing. Like, all of this, I'd hate to say it as much as I love all of this stuff, is nothing next to the fact that this is Jesus's birth, or the days that we celebrated, at least. So, that's how I feel about it. Decorating Christmas tree, just as big of a deal as opening presents, I would say. We make a huge deal the night that we put it up. We take pictures and we listen to music and we have fun. Taking it down is still kind of just like a thing, but just having it up and having moments where we just sit underneath the light. We turn off all the lights. We have the Christmas tree lights on and we just sit and listen to music. And it's one of those special things that you just can't get. I can't tell what this is, but it looks like arts and crafts. So I'm going to say Christmas arts and crafts is another huge part of Christmas. My sister and I are the only ones that really like doing it, but we love, like, we've done a couple of them with my mom some years, and it's so much fun. We're not even kids, or we don't have kids, but it would be even bigger if we did have kids. I would definitely move it up a little higher, but for us, it's like a huge thing every year. We try to get every Christmas arts and crafts thing ever. Charlie Brown Christmas, I've never seen it. I know a lot of people, it's a tradition. I don't hate it. I just have never watched it. So that for me is pretty much like milk. I don't know if that's specifically her song or mind randomly went blank, but the All I Want for Christmas Is You, whatever song. I don't see anything wrong with it. It's just not really, like, I love listening to music, so I would say that's probably, I'm going to say A tier. So Christmas music, I'm going to say that song. I like it. It's a pretty classic, like, when you listen, when you're walking through stores and you hear Christmas carols and you hear that song and other songs, it's like, that's pretty normal. All right, Santa Claus. So for me, this is a thing that I have not decided and have no feelings on directly one way or the other because I have no kids. So keep that in mind when I share my opinions based on just my experience when I was a kid growing up. It's very similar to Elf on the Shelf, whereas Elf on the Shelf, you're purposefully deceiving and lying to your kid by moving the elf around and making them think it's alive. And I guess in a way you're doing that with Santa Claus, making them think that the presents come from Santa. I don't see it as bad as Elf on the Shelf, but I do feel, again, with lying to your kids feels wrong to me. And yeah, it's like imagination and you're giving it to them so they can enjoy and have a childhood. But to me, it's more important to have honor, like to have that sense of trust and integrity with your kid where they know that you're going to be real with them and everything. And again, the point of this era is not this era. I've been editing my book, so I'm sorry. The point of this is not all of this. The point is Jesus's birth. And I feel like for me, it's more important to be realistic about Santa Claus, the real history behind the man, and what he actually did, and not this pretend scenario when you're the one buying gifts for your kids. Your family members are the one buying gifts for your kids, and they need to grow up being thankful for that, for the effort that you put forth into those presents and stuff. Now, for me, I do see and want my children to have a huge imagination. Like, I played with Barbies and dinosaurs, and I had all kinds of stories in my head. I've been creating stories, like, I've been writing stories since the summer before my sixth grade school year, but even before then, I was creating stories and playing them. And I've always been huge on imagination and stories and just letting yourself taken away. But there is a point where, like, those stories are not real. It's fun to play, it's fun to pretend, but it's still just pretend. And with this kind of stuff, you're making them think that it's real. And so I do see kind of both sides. And I'm not going to like get on to anybody. Like, if you want to have your kids, believe in Santa Claus, that's fine. Like, I'm not judging anyone. I'm just me personally. I don't have kids, so I haven't really decided one way or the other, but I do believe in that trust and solidarity, I guess, between the parent and the child. And so for me, I don't really agree with it. Like, my parents were honest about me. Never believed Santa Claus was real. I knew the real history and the story behind him, and I had that trust that was there and that honesty. And so for me, I didn't feel like I didn't miss out on anything. So, but anyway, so that is my Christmas tier list. So what traditions do you like? What traditions do you not like? How do you feel about Santa Claus and Elf on the Shelf? Especially those of you who are parents out there, because again, I don't have kids, so I don't have as much high stakes in this as you guys do. But what's your favorite Christmas tradition? Let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to do this tier list for yourself, I'll have a link to it in the description below. But let me know in the comments what you guys think, what you agree with, what you disagree with, what you disagree on about these Christmas traditions. Let me know in the comments below. If you liked this video, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more writing and reading videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And in the meantime, if you liked my video about this, then check out one of my Christmas videos from last year where I tried to actually make my own Christmas tongue twisters. I think I did some tongue twisters and then I tried to write my own. That was a very interesting experience. So check it out. You really don't want to miss it. It's a fun video.